share highlights of the day. So one of it is you can save 140,000 interest for every 500,000 loan. This is very impressive. And how to create a cash flow during hard time. So delay no more. I would like to invite our guest speaker, Mr. Dan Yap.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Good morning. Okay, a quick check with every one of you here because my area is raining very heavily. So is my line condition okay? If yes, can you please type a one in the chat room so that I know that you guys can hear me very well, very clearly. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for responding. So without further delay, let's start our sessions today. I will share the screen now. Hold on a second. All right. Okay. First, I would like to say thank you to every one of you here for spending your Saturday morning with us today on the Decoding the Mortgage Market sharing sessions. All right. Before that, I would like to do a very brief introduction about myself and what my company do. All right. Okay. My name is Danny. Okay. I'm from Ideal Mortgage Specialist. So we have been in this industry for more than 15 years. So what do we do during this 15 years journey? Is that we focusing on helping our clients to review their financial ability before they're trying to get a house or before they're purchasing their dream house. And we will find out which are the banks that is most suitable for them, which packages is the best for them. And lastly would be we will share and monitor on how they can manage their mortgages with the bank better. All right. And this is also one of the main topic that we're gonna cover today. So let's start with today's topic. So COVID-19 and economic crisis. I believe nowadays after the MCO, when we are in CMCO stage, when we get to meet our friends, the most common topic, the hottest topic that we will be sharing with our friends, our family, would be how bad COVID-19 has created impact to the industry and how bad is the situations now due to the economic crisis globally. Am I right? And because of COVID-19 and economic crisis, I believe a lot of you can see many trainers, many speakers, or many guru has been conducting a lot of online courses online with the purpose of sharing idea to people around how they can survive through the challenging period, how they can overcome the tough period. Um, hold on. How they can survive through this period. So today's morning sessions on decoding the mortgage market, we have the same purpose by creating an idea for you on how you can get through the tough period, the challenging period that caused by COVID-19 or economic crisis with the properties that you have already purchased before this, with the mortgages that offered by the banks. Okay. So during this period of time, ever since our government called out a lockdown period, other than all the news about, sorry, I make my partners the host first because people keep coming in. I will have to keep stopping. Hold on for a while. Tu, can you help me to accept the participants to come in?
Sure, no problem.
All right, thank you. Okay, sorry, let's continue. So during this period of time, what are the news that we most commonly see on social medias, on TV, on radio, other than all the updates about confirmed cases of COVID-19, how many death cases for that day, will be all the news about how many business are shutting down due to COVID-19. Okay, a lot of retailers, a lot of business owner asking for a rebate in their rentals, reduce our rentals, people losing their job, or some employee facing a salary cut. Okay, but they got no choice, they still have to work with the company because it's considered lucky to still maintain your job. Am I right? And a lot of business as SME actually facing bankruptcy issue. So with our income reduced or with the loss of source of income, but one thing that will still remain the same would be our money commitments. Am I right? Our mortgages with the bank, the money installments that we're gonna pay back to the bank, they doesn't reduce as your income reduce. Am I right? So these situations has actually created a lot of fear and a lot of worry to the people in the markets. Why? Because they are thinking, how can we survive through the coming days with our income being affected? All right. So today, our sharing sessions will be focusing on how we can overcome this issue. After COVID-19, there will be a few type of people in the markets. They will take or make decisions based on their situations. All right. We will go through one by one. The first group of people, they are the one that facing salary cuts or business closing down, bankruptcy, or losing their jobs. So what are the priority for this group of people? The first thing that came across their mind would be, I will have to reduce my money commitment. Why? Because my cash is already very tight. I can no longer able to afford what I have committed before this. So the first thing that came into their mind would be, I would like to reduce the money commitments. So what are they? We have to sell off the properties or sell off the cars or other assets that they have. Am I right? But the problem is, if you want to sell it off, let's say you want to sell off your properties now in these current markets, we cannot make sure that you will be able to sell it off at the price that you are desired, or you cannot sell it off immediately. Am I right? Why? For example, let's say you want to sell off your property at 1 million now, okay? But the current market situation, the buyer can only offer you 700,000.
Price delay, I think.
Can someone please help to Tu, can you please help me to mute? Thank you. Okay. So sorry. Okay. If let's say you want to sell it off at 1 million, but the market couldn't offer you 1 million, maybe it's at about 700,000 only. If clients decided to sell it off, yes, they actually overcome the problem of heavy money commitments. Am I right? They solve the issue, but the main issue is they got no enough cash to survive through the challenging period, to survive through this tough period. Am I right? The main problem is not being solved yet. So in this situation, what is the properties that they are having going to help them? They can actually remortgage the properties to the bank and cash out a portion of money. And this portion of money can be used as reserve fund or to help them to get through this period until they are financially stable again. So this is for the first group of people. So people always say when it is the threat for some people, it's going to be opportunities for some others as well. So the coming group of people, they are the group of people that is not affected by COVID-19. Why? Because they are having a very stable job, or maybe they are in a very stable company, MNC company, or government-linked company, who are kind enough to still paying back the same amount of money, the same amount of salary to them every month. So since their income is not affected, how they can take opportunity of the current market situations? They can upgrade themselves, am I right? They will think of upgrading their lifestyle, am I right? So they will definitely want to upgrade their properties. Why? Because there's going to be a lot of cheap properties selling in the markets. All right, owner will willing to slightly lower down the price that they want because they want to sell it off. Am I right? For example, if now you are staying in a 500 or 700,000 condo that you have purchased 5 years back, and now with the same price, 700,000, you will be able to buy a house, buy a landed property, a better house, a bigger house. Will you want to upgrade the properties? Definitely will, right? Because we work hard with one purpose, to live a better life. So this group of people, if they want to upgrade their properties, what choices or what procedures that they will go through? The first one would be they're going to sell off the old property and buy the new property. The second one would be they're gonna buy a new property. After they get the new property, only they sell off the old one. Am I right? So what is the pros and cons for two choices? We will go through one by one. The first one, they sell off the old property, only they buy the new property. So the first one is they sell off the old properties and then they will get another property. But the problem is, if they sell off the old property before they get the new property, it will take about 6 months time. So where do these people gonna stay during this period of time? Am I right? So impossible. You will still have to go and rent another house just because you want to wait for your new house. Am I right? So the second one would be you buy a new house and then only you sell off the old house. But the problem is many people might not have enough cash to be served as down payment during the process of the properties or whatever processing fees that is occur. So how is the current properties gonna help them is they can remortgage the property to the bank and cash out a portion of money to be served as the down payment during the purchase of the properties or whatever processing fee or renovation fees that is gonna occur. All right, so this is for the second group of people. So the third group of people, this group of people, they are normally cash rich, all right? In other words, they are ready for this moment. Why? They have been eyeing on this moment since 2008 financial crisis because they know that every financial crisis would happen around 10 years' time. So they were expecting it to be happening in year 2018, but it doesn't. So now it is happening. So they are ready to go into the market to buy all the below market value properties, all the auction property that is selling at a lower price or the stocks that is selling at a lower price now. So what is their current property is going to help them? How their property is going to help them to increase their wealth or their gains that they can get from the markets? For example, if they are ready with 100,000 cash on hand to invest in a 1 million property in the market, with the properties that they have in hand, they can remortgage it to the bank and cash out another 200,000 to 300,000 to allow them to invest in another 2 to 3 million property in the market. So since the properties that they are purchasing is going to be below market value, so now if they increase the amount of properties that they purchase, which means they're gonna make more wealth, am I right? Make more gains from the property markets. So this is for the third group of people. Despite these three group of people, they are in different group, all right, but they do have things in common that they need. What are they? I call it the 3C: cash on hand, okay, capacity to get the loan from the bank, capital to be served as down payment or reserve fund or business rolling. So today we will be focusing on how to create the 3C to our people in the markets who are holding properties, who have already purchased properties before this. All right. Before I go into details, I would like to highlight again what is the aim of these sessions. What do you expect? What can you expect at the end of these sessions would be, you will be able to save up to 140,000 of interest for every 500,000 of loan. This is the first one. Next one would be settle your loan earlier so that you don't need to commit such a long period. You don't need to bear for the commitment for 35 years or 30 years. You can settle it earlier. All right. The next one will be generate additional cash on hand. I believe this is the very important aspect as for the market situations now. Everyone needs cash. All right. The fourth will be get a 90% loan even for your third properties. Last one, reduce money commitment and create more capacity to get the loan from the banks. So these are all the things that you're going to walk away with at the end of these sessions. All right. Are you ready? If you are ready, can you please type a 1 in the chat room so that I will continue? All right, thank you. Thank you everyone for responding. All right, let's go on. Okay, I would like to start with a very, very basic nature of getting a loan, getting a mortgage from the banks. So let's take an example of 500,000. 4.5% would be a very good rate back then during year 2010 for 35 years. So I would like to ask everyone a question. Please type your answer in the chat room after this. What is the total amount, including interest, that you have already paid back to the bank at the end of the loan tenure? Can you guys please take a wild guess and type your answer in the chat room, please? Okay, 950K. What about others? You can just take a wild guess by typing any answer. It's all right. It's all right whether it's wrong or right. All right. I just want to see if you guys know about it. 947,000. Okay, very specific numbers. Aaron. Okay. So what is the total amount that we have already paid back to the bank would be 982,000 in total. Okay, what do we see here? What is this amount going to show everyone is now when you get a loan 500,000 from the bank, but at the end of the tenor, you are paying back 982 in total, which means you buy a house, at the same time you are giving a house to the bank as well. Am I right? But this is the fact. We have already accepted the fact that if you want to get a loan from the bank, we were going to let the bank charge interest. Am I right? Because how many of us in the market we can afford to take a 500,000 cash just to cash buy a properties? I believe 80% of us, we couldn't do so. Am I right? So we have already accepted, never mind, as long as I get to buy the properties, it's okay that the bank charge our interest. But today I'm going to tell you that yes, we have no choice to let the bank charge our interest. But the choice of letting the bank charge lesser interest is always in our hand. So I will review it later on how we can do it. All right. So this is the interest rate history. Okay, as we can see, before year 2015, year 2012, 2013, the BLR is around 6.6. The indicator for the interest rate is BLR, based on BLR. It's in control by Bank Negara. It's based on 6.6. So during that time, if you took up a loan, normally we will never compare with the BLR because the BLR will be the same 6.6, right? So what we will compare will be the spread rate behind. Is whether BLR -2 or -2.1. It wouldn't be a very big difference. Okay. So like what my partners have said just now, recently Bank Negara has announced a few times that the interest rate has dropped. I believe many of you here has already received the notice or the letters telling you that your interest rate has already reduced. If you have already received this letter or notice, can you please type a Y in the chat room? If you never received, can you please type an N in the chat room, please? No? Okay. Some of you, yes. Crystal, yes. All right. Okay. If no, okay. Yes. Okay. Some of you has already received. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Kisava. Okay. All right. Okay. Some of you yes. Some of you no. Okay. For those who has already received, all right, it's a happy news that we have already received the notice that we are serving a very much lower interest rate now. Am I right? But one question is, yes, our interest rate is lower now. But how sure are you that the current interest rate that the bank offering you is gonna be the best in the markets? Why? Because no one, the banker will never tell you that, hey, now there is a better bank that is offering a better interest rate in the market. You can go for that bank. No, right? It's crazy because they want you to stay with them so that they continue earning that portion of interest from your pockets. Am I right? So why do I know about this? Is because I have approached many of my clients on doing this remortgage their properties to the loan in order to save interest. But the first rejections that they would give me would be, hey Danny, it's all right because I have already received the notice saying that my interest has already lowered down. Okay. So after I get into a more details analysis or comparison of interest rate for him, he will be surprised that actually he can save a lot more interest as compared to continue serving the interest in the current banks that he get the mortgage from. Okay, so I believe many of you here, you are facing this kind of situations as well. So if yes, or you are uncertain, for those who never receive any notice, don't worry. At the end of these sections, you just look for the person who bring you to these sharing sessions. They will go through a very detailed analysis with you. Okay, to come up with a calculation or comparison on what mortgages packages actually you are having now and how you can manage it better. All right. So we will move on to next. Okay, BR and VR. Since January 2015, the bank will never use BR as the indicator of calculating the interest. It will be based on BR, okay, which is based on the cost of fund of each individual banks. Okay, so it indirectly giving the banks a competitive advantage in the market because every bank's cost of fund is different. So if their cost of fund is lower, they will have more gains from the markets, okay, or they can give a better offer. All right. So what happened to all the loans that taken out before year 2015 that is still based on BLR? Yes, it will still remain BLR -2 or -2.1 like I said earlier. Okay, unless after year 2015, the clients has done refinancing or remortgage with the banks again, then it will based on the latest one will be BR. Okay, so what happened to the BLR, the package that taken out based on BLR? So this is the current interest rate. As we can see, the BLR no longer fixed at a certain numbers like I said just now, it's fixed at 6.6, no more. Now it's based on different or various individual banks. All right. So let's look at Hong Leong Bank and Maybank to understand better on these situations. So the blue color that I highlighted would be Hong Leong Bank BLR. The orange that I've highlighted would be Maybank. Okay. What am I trying to show you here is, let's take an example. Back then in year 2012, let's say you take up a loan. I mean, you and your friend decided to purchase a properties together at the same area. Okay, the same project. Okay, the only difference is at the end of the sessions, you took up the loan from the Hong Leong Bank and your friend took up the loan from Maybank. Yes, back then, like I said once again, it's based on BR 6.6 -2 or 2.1. It wouldn't be so big difference. But what happened after year 2015? What happened after the bank announced that their calculations will be based on BR now? So after 2015, if you are getting the loan from the Hong Leong Bank and your friend is getting loan from Maybank, you are already serving a slightly higher interest as compared to your friend. But many people in the market today, they doesn't aware of this. Why? Because they are happy with the notice of the interest rate has already reduced. But once again, don't worry. If you are wondering whether you are facing these situations, just look for the people who bring you to these sharing sessions today. All right, they will give you a free financial analysis and then come up with a plan for you, and you will be more clear cuts on what's happening to your mortgage now. All right. So what is mortgage refinancing? Mortgage refinancing, I will use a very simple example, which is you switch from bank A to bank B to make sure that your wallet or your bank account is happy. It's either you reduce the interest rate or you create additional cash on hand in the bank's account. All right. So we will go into more details on how this refinancing actually works. Okay. So there are a lot of advantages of refinancing a mortgage. Lower interest rate. The first one, like I say, to prevent from letting the bank earn that much from our pockets again. Okay, reduce loan tenor, so you don't need to bear it for such a long period of time. Create additional cash on hand to be served as a down payment, okay, to be served as an investment fund or a reserve fund for you to go through this period. Property consolidations and reduce monthly commitments. I believe this is also a very important point, because now we have a lot of people in the markets, we are actually struggling on how we can cut down on our monthly commitment expenses. We will go through one by one later on. So we start with the first one, safe interest and also short-term loan tenor. So we will use this table again, the current interest rate, but we will use Hong Leong Bank as an example, 5.89 BLR. So this is the calculations. We take a 500,000 as an example, all right? So BLR -2 during year 2010. So 5.89 -2 will be 3.89. If you're refinancing to another bank which is currently offering the best rate in the market, 3.15, what is going to be different would be the monthly installment. From 2181, it will reduce to 1966. There is a reduce of 214 ringgit monthly installment. Other than that, you will be able to save up to 90,000 of amount of interest. So I would like to ask every one of you now, with these two benefits, how many of you will be willing to do refinancing or remortgage your properties? Can you please type a Y if yes? Can you please type an N if no? Okay, I see people type no. Yes, a lot of you is quite satisfied with this figure. All right. There are still some people. There are still one of them. Okay, saying no and okay. So same. The previous sessions, the previous sharing sessions, there will still be people. The answer is no. Why? It's because every people they have different expectation. We want more. Am I right? Furthermore, at the beginning of the sharing sessions, hey Danny, you have already told us that I will be able to save up to 140,000 at least. So why now it's only 90,000? So before I review the answer, I would like to ask one question again. Sorry for having too many questions. Okay. Another question is saving 214 ringgit a month from your money installments going to be helpful for you all? It's going to change your lifetime. It's going to give you a very much better lifestyle by saving a 214 ringgit. If the answer is yes, can you please type Y? The answer is no. Can you please type N in the chat room? No. All right. Thanks, Kimberly. What about others? What do you think about saving this 214 ringgit a month? Would it be very helpful? No. All right. Okay. So for people who responded to me, the answer is no. Okay. So since the answer is no, it's not going to be that helpful. What we will advise our clients is, we will advise our clients to pay back this 214 ringgit back into the money installments. So what will be different after they took these actions? So after they match back the installment, they put back the 214 ringgit to the money installment, 2181 and 2193, we cannot get an exact same figure, but it's around the same. Okay, what happened is we reduced the loan tenure from 35 years to 29 years, and at the same time, we increased the total amount of savings saved to 152,000. So for those who type the answer no just now, would you be interested to do refinancing with these two benefits? 6 years shortened in loan tenure and 152,000 of interest saved. If yes, can you please type Y? If no, can you please type N again? Then after the sessions, I will come to you personally to see what is your concern. All right, a lot of you say yes. Okay, thank you for responding. Okay, so you know what to do at the end of these sessions. All right, once again, just look for the person who bring you to these sharing sessions. Okay, they will assist you on doing all this. All right, and our service is free of charge, don't worry. So the next one would be free up funds from existing current properties. It's a very fancy lines, am I right? Fancy statements, free up funds from existing current properties. So in a simple way, it's cash out, all right? Cash out money from existing properties. Remortgage your properties to another bank in order to cash out a fund in your hand. So this is a house price index, a graph that I prepared for everyone. Okay, it's based on year 2009 to 2016. If you purchase a property within this period, you can see actually your property price has increased rapidly. Okay, it's a very significant increase in your property price. So what this property owner can make benefit of with the increment of the property price, the property value, would be cash out the differential sum, okay, to be used at whatever functions that you want, reserve fund or investment fund. Let's go into details on how this cash out actually works, all right? So this is one of example of one of my clients. Okay, so he purchased a property Tiffany Tiara in year 2009 for 468,000 during that time. All right. So during year 2018, he came to me and said, "Hey Danny, I would like to refinancing my properties to cash out a portion of monies." All right. So back then, a lot of people, their concept of refinancing is actually cash out. They doesn't know about other benefits like saving interest and all. So same to these clients, he came to me with the purpose of cash out. All right. So after I checked the market value for him, okay, it's standing at about 830,000. So how can he work it out? How can he cash out the portion of money? Because this is the first and second property, he's still entitled for 90%. Okay, so 468,000, back then he get 90% would be 421,000. So he remortgage or refinancing to another bank based on current market value would be 830,000, 90% would be 747,000. Okay, so for you to understand better on how the whole cash out gonna works is, okay, 2009, clients take loan amount of 4,021 from the bank. Okay, as at year 2018, the outstanding balance is standing at approximately 370,000. So if you remortgage to the bank B, you can get a loan amount, like I say, 747,000. So after minus off the outstanding that he's still owing bank A, he will be able to generate an additional cash of 377,000 on hand. Now let me ask every one of you who attended today, how long do you need to create this amount of money in your bank account, or to prepare this amount of money in your bank account? All right, let's take saving a 10,000 a month from your salary or from your income as an example. We will need about 3 years time in order to get a 360,000. All right, what I'm saying here is a fixed 10,000 of saving from your income monthly. You cannot miss any months. All right, then you will be able to generate at the end of the 3 years. All right, so how many of us now, okay, based on the market situation, the economy situation now, will guarantee that we will be able to save up to 10,000 a month in our bank accounts? I believe many of us in the market, we can't do so. All right, if we have 5,000, might be very happy already. Am I right? But what if I'm telling you that with your properties that you have already purchased, you're gonna have chance of creating this amount of cash in your hand within 3 to 6 months time. So will you be interested? Will you be happy to know this? If yes, can you please type a Y in the chat room again, so that I can know that you are very, very okay with this idea, or very excited with this idea? Can you please do me a favor by typing a Y for yes? If no, please just type a N. Okay, thank you, Gary. Thank you. Okay, so this is the beauty of remortgaging, and this is also one of the benefits of purchasing a properties earlier. And congratulations for people who has already purchased properties before this. You make the right choice, and now the properties that you're going to purchase you have purchased is going to help you out, either in going through the current situations, or by helping you to create more wealth by having more cash to invest in property markets or stock markets. Okay, so what do we able to do with this amount of cash on hand? Like I said just now, there will be a lot of below market value or cheaper properties that is selling in the market. So this is the great time for you to go into the markets and start looking for the properties that you think is worth investing in. All right, other than this would be stocks market. As we know that now the stock price has reduced. Okay, so you can start looking at start studying on which company shares that you will want to invest in. But one thing is, make sure you did studies on the company's background that you're going to invest in. All right, because what happened in the markets now, or what happened to many people around us, is they listen to other people in order to make these investments. All right, so you wouldn't want this 377,000 just wasted. Am I right? So be careful. Okay, this is my personal advices for everyone. The last one will be as a reserve fund for everyone. Okay, for this period of time, so that you know that the coming 2 to 3 years, you don't need to be worried. You can focusing on bringing back your financial ability back on track again. So these are the benefit of creating additional cash on hand. Okay, so next one, property consolidations. How we can help our clients to create additional 90% a quota to get a loan from the bank. Of course, now government has already announced until next year May, the third properties you will still be able to get more than 70%. Okay, but this is for future reference. All right. So let's take the example just now. I call him Mr. A. He bought the Tiffany Tiara and get a loan of 421,000. Okay, so 3 years later, of course, he will want to continue investing in property because it's a very good returns. All right. So he took up a second property, Maxim Residence, and get a loan of 325,000. So this is the second property. So of course he wants to continue. All right. So he's looking for the third property, but unfortunately, during year 2010, Bank Negara has announced that third property onwards will be based on 70%. Okay, so because of the margin difference, Mr. A has forced to on hold his property investment plan. So hoping that he'll be able to sell off the Maxim Residence after it is completed. Okay, so this is what many people think in the market. Okay, but things doesn't always go our way, am I right? So during year 2017, Maxim Residence completed. When he trying to sell it off, he realized that he noticed that he couldn't reach the price that he expected. Okay, it's much lower than what is the price that he has in his mind. So he decided not to sell it off. But at the same time, he doesn't want to sell off Tiffany Tiara as well because it is generating a very good income, a 3,000 rental income for him. So again, he has no choice but to on hold. But the problem is this the end of Mr. A investment journey? But of course, it is the end until he asks the right person. Okay. So what is the solutions that we have provided to this Mr. A is he can refinancing the Tiffany Tiara and cash out additional cash of 377,000 on hand. Okay, so like I said just now, he get 90% loan from Maxim Residence, 325. At year 2018, is standing at about 320,000. So he can use 377,000 to settle off 320,000. All right, and now in bank system, it will only show that Mr. A has one loan, which is Tiffany Tiara loan. So if he wants to get another loan again, he will be able to get 90% once again. So this is solution number A. So what is solutions number B? He can set up an investment holding company, or we call a proxy or third party company, and transfer Tiffany Tiara to investment holding company. But of course, if you use a company name to loan a residential property, you will be only entitled for 60%. Okay, but it's still sufficient to be one of the solution for Mr. A. Why? Because market value 830,000, 60% margin will be 498. So like I said just now, the outstanding loan of Tiffany Tiara at year 2018 is 370,000. So it will still be sufficient to offset the debts that he is still owing the bank, the current banks. So and after that, it will generate an additional 128,000 of cash on hand. Okay, so this amount of cash can be used as a down payment for him to invest in the property markets, or be used as a fund to invest in the share or whatever unit trust and everything. Okay, a lot of investment opportunity in the market. Okay, so what others than this, okay, is that they can use this property, use this amount generated 122,000 to settle off all the high interest bank facilities that he currently has. This is what we did this is the plan that we did for Mr. A as well. So I would like to ask every one of you here, when I mentioned the word high interest bank facilities, what bank's products actually came across your mind? Can you please type your answer in the chat room? All right. When I say the words high interest bank facilities, what do you have in your mind? Okay, thanks, Adrian. Credit card. Yes. Others? Take a wild guess. It's all right. Whether it's wrong or right. Okay. Personal loans. Okay. Many of you, I can see that you're aware of it. All right. All these are high interest. Okay. But sometimes we just got to take it because of our situation. We got no choice. Am I right? So now, with this cash, you can actually settle it off so that you no longer need to let the bank earn that much again from all these products that you have taken out. Okay, Along, Gary. Along is not bank facilities. Along is their own bank. Along Bank, all right? So the last one, debt consolidation. Use the cash to settle off all the high interest bank facilities. Like just now, a lot of you notice that, yes, credit card is a very high interest bank's product. That's about 18% a year. Okay, and minimum payment will be 5%. So we take an example of 100,000 outstanding balance of a credit card. Minimum payment 5% would be 5,000 a month. You will have to pay 5,000 a month just for the minimum payment. All right. Okay. So what would we advise here is you can cash out